video.
How much do you trust science? We've all been living through a pandemic that has caused us to shut down and quarantine. Some of our families have even lost lives. And it is daily to see these masks in our society now. But in the light in the tunnel was we would be getting this vaccine. And now the vaccine is getting rolled out and there's a controversy on whether or not to get it. Well, I've got COVID and I've got 2 shots of the vaccine. So I have personal experience with both COVID and the vaccine. So I'm here to tell you, to help persuade you, that you should get, if you're medically able to, you should get the COVID-19 vaccine. So first of all, what are some of the benefits of getting the COVID-19 vaccine? Well, number one, of course, it is effective of stopping COVID from entering your body and making you sick. And I'll talk more about the exact percentages of the effectiveness of these COVID vaccines later. But if we all get the vaccine, that means that we can go back to normal, which is kind of leading to my second point here, is going back to normal. If we can think about before COVID and how we always talk about pre-COVID and how we liked it and how we weren't wearing masks and we could go out and socialize and be with our friends and be with our family, that's what it can be like post-COVID. All we have to do is get this vaccine. We can go back to grocery stores without masks, baseball games, football games, family reunions, movie theaters. The list goes on and on. It is easy to tell why you should get the vaccine just so that we can stop wearing these masks and get back to normal. And third of all, as I was starting to say there, herd immunity. If we need to all get the vaccine or it doesn't work, if one gets the vaccine, everyone else still spreads it and more people die, and then we have to stay in this mask world. So we should all get it and you should encourage others. The CDC government says that the vaccine will work with your immunity system so that it will be ready to fight the virus. If everyone gets the vaccine, then it stops spreading. It's as simple as that. So now that I told you some of the benefits of getting the vaccine, I'm here to help explain the 3 types of vaccines you can get in the United States right now. So the different vaccines are going by the companies is what they call them. You have the Pfizer, the Moderna, and the Johnson & Johnson. So you might ask, what are the differences of the vaccines? Well, first of all, their effectiveness. The Pfizer is 95% effective of preventing COVID-19 according to youngmedicine.org. The Moderna is 94.1% effective of preventing COVID-19 according to youngmedicine.org. And Johnson & Johnson is 72% overall effective in the United States according to youngmedicine.org. These all sound really high compared to 0%, which is what it's like if you don't have the vaccine at all. But you hear those 94s and 95s, and then you hear that 72. Well, what's the difference between the Johnson & Johnson and the other 2? Well, it's how many shots you get. The Moderna and the Pfizer, you have to get 2 shots exactly 3 weeks apart. The Johnson & Johnson, you get 1 shot. Now, you might ask, which one did I get, and which one do I think guys should get? Well, it's definitely up to which one you should get. A vaccine's a vaccine, and it's all helping out the cause of getting herd immunity. I got the Pfizer vaccine, and then I got the 2nd shot 3 weeks later. And then that caused, in my opinion, I think it was the best one because it had that 95% effectiveness. If you get the Johnson & Johnson, it's perfectly good. If you're just a little scared of needles, it's totally understandable. So then it's on to, is it safe or not? That was kind of the main reasons of, well, okay, let me back up. The side effects, you can get COVID-like symptoms. I got COVID-like symptoms. It's definitely in a 48-hour window is what they say. I felt crummy for a little bit, but all you have to do is trust the process and know that after the 40 hours, you're going to be vaccinated. Within 2 weeks later, you get fully vaccinated and have that 95% effectiveness to be herd immunity. So then, what was the whole big deal about the controversy? Well, this is what I was jumping ahead to a little bit. It's whether it's safe or not, because it's been pushed. Well, the research, it's been pushed because this vaccine rolled out in a year, which was in a record time. Well, what they did is they overlapped the process. So they would start phase 1 of the testing, and then as they get through thinking that they would get done with that testing, they started doing step 2, the phase phase 2 of the testing. That doesn't mean they didn't finish phase 2. They definitely finished phase 2 and made sure it was safe. They just went on to the next one for sure. So that means that no, as the controversy has been going, you won't get biochips in your arm, and no, it's not going to make you so sick that you're going to die from it, as long as you're not allergic to the vaccines themselves, which they make sure to list the items in it as you get the vaccine. So just make sure to read over the paperwork carefully and you'll be fine. So then it goes on to making sure that you're so comfortable, safe, like I said, with that paperwork and stuff. After you get that done, it is easy to tell that it is definitely safe for you. According to the BBC.com, which they interviewed a primary source of a World Health Organization official about COVID-19, the principle was to start small and only move to the next stage of testing if there was no outstanding safety concerns. So there you go right there, a primary source telling you that this is definitely safe. So, if you're medically capable to, you should definitely get the COVID-19 vaccine because it helps stop the spread, it's easy to get, and it's safe for you. I totally understand if you're nervous about getting the vaccine. I was nervous about getting the vaccine when I got it a few weeks ago. And yeah, it made me sick, but it was definitely worth the resort of now I feel so much safer being out in the public with a mask or without a mask later down the road. The science is there, and all you have to do is trust the science.